Okay, welcome everybody. إن شاء الله النهاردة we'll go through tips and tricks for how to use ChatGPT for your career. We'll go through this post first على لينكد ان ونشوف ايه الحاجات اللي هو حطها وهنشوف ازاي نعملها في الشات جي بي تي. فأول حاجة مثلا أنا عايز بس أخد اطلع ريزومي دي دقيقة واحدة بس اقدر استخدمها يكون فيها okay. طيب خلينا if we have this example of this post first, how to deal with your resume to tailor it to the specific job description. Let's say this resume is our target. I remove just the personal information for someone who is doing I think software development. So we'll go to Indeed, for example, and get some jobs, software. Software developer. Okay, and search. And then we'll get, for example, this, just admit everybody. We'll get this job description. Okay, maybe this is not the best one. Let's go lead UI developer. But you will see the job description required qualifications, 5 to 7 years experience as a UI developer, strong end development, preferred skills, familiarity with Java, Spring Boot, and so on. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll copy this job description. Okay, and we'll go to ChatGPT, and we'll tell ChatGPT act. And this is what is very important, is to use the prompt to make ChatGPT. Yeah, let me just make this full screen. Let's see. Interact as a career coach and help me tailor my resume to this job description. And we'll need to tell ChatGPT and try to match keywords and help me to have this resume at the top of the ATS for this job. طيب انتوا عارفين ال ATS؟ حد عارف ال ATS ولا مش عارفين ATS؟
No.
اوكي طيب ال ATS ده حاجة اسمها applicant tracking software. So what is ATS? Let's stop there. An ATS is an applicant tracking software or system. It's mainly doing keywords match between the job description resume. So what it do يعني when لما بيبقى مثلا في job posted زي كده مثلا بيجي عليها مثلا 1000 ريزومي او اكتر تمام. Matthew, do you understand Arabic or should we switch to English?
For me, I
English,
start
please.
Arabic
But
and
it's okay. You can speak Arabic. It's okay.
Okay, if you don't understand it, I can switch to English, so don't worry.
Okay,
Just
just English, please. It'd be
okay,
best.
English. Okay. So when ATS is the software that is used by all companies or all recruiters to find the right candidates for the job. So whenever there is a post by a company, they get mainly like 1,000 resumes or 2,000 resumes. Okay, so how do they read all those resumes? They don't read it actually. So what they do, they go through the ATS. They apply some keywords to the job description, and then the ATS will start to arrange those job descriptions. Sorry, those resumes from 1 to 1,000. 1 is the top match, 1,000 is the less match, for example. And they start using or taking the first 20 only. Okay, those first 20 are the ones that go to a human being, HR or a recruiter or a hiring manager, who starts reading those resumes, and they do screening for those resumes. So if you want to get results from your resume, you have to tailor to every job. If you don't tailor, unfortunately, chances are that you will get that automated email. Sorry, you are not accepted, or sorry, you are not selected. We've been taking other candidates and so on. So how to do this using ChatGPT is again by copying this job description and saying to ChatGPT, act as where is it? Let me put those somewhere here. I'll put those prompts here so that you can have it. Act as a career coach and help me tailor my resume. And copy. So this is the prompt that I used to help me get the job, but I didn't paste actually the resume yet. So I'll take now the key highlights here from this resume. This resume is not tailored to this job, and this is just a template that I took to help you understand how to do this in real world. So for example, I'll take the section summary, the summary section, and I'll take this, I'll go to ChatGPT here, and I'll tell ChatGPT, tailor this specific section based on the above job description. Use same number of words or less. We have to give ChatGPT more information to avoid getting too much information. So when I'm telling him that use the same number of words or less, this will avoid giving me one page just for this section. So I'll ask ChatGPT to tailor this piece here, and then I can ask to regenerate. So with over 13 years, I excel in driving high impact software solutions that align with business objectives, skilled in leading end-to-end product development from conception to launch. If I like this, I can keep it. If I don't like it, I can regenerate. So I prefer to regenerate maybe 2 times at least, so that it gets me more results that would be very um, precise to the point, to this um, job description. So, for example, this is what ChatGPT generated. So I'll take this and go back to this section here and see the difference. So I'll put this here. So hands-on experience in solving business problems. And I'll also copy the job description at the top so that you can see why it. So it's a UI developer, strong end-to-end development experience in React, strong experience in front end, MVC. So I specialize in delivering high-impact software solutions that align business objectives. Expertise spans from conceptualization to product launch, ensuring seamless integration of business goals with technical feasibility. So as you can see, like this was a little bit general than this one that is tailored to the job description. So you will need to do this for each and every section of your resume. You cannot really do this for all the resume at once because ChatGPT has some restrictions on the characters, so it cannot really take a big, let's say, 2-3 pages of document. You have to do this step by step and section by section. So what I'll do, I'll just take this key highlights and go again back to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT here, and I'll ask the same question. I'll copy those prompts here. But you can, let me make it bigger. Those are the prompts that I use here. And I can send you those in the chat if you want, or maybe I can copy this document and send it to you afterwards. So those are the prompts that I use, and I'll again copy this here first. There's this to specific. So I'll take this to this section. So I possess a robust technical background in software and system architecture, full stack development, platform development, workflow automations, and DevOps best practices. My platform and language agnostic. So as you can see, it started to use the job description. Here, the job description, which is asking about APIs, it's asking about React, JS, Angular, CSS, and tailor it to those Python, Power BI, Tableau that is related to this job description. Let me copy this and paste it back here. Okay, if you have questions, please stop me. Again, this is for you. So if it's not clear, if you have questions, please ask me. I don't mind to be interrupted. So this is mostly the first point here. Upload the simplified CV, add the LinkedIn job description. Again, if you're using LinkedIn or Indeed, it doesn't matter. Any website, it's the same thing. Give ChatGPT the link to the company. So what we can do here also, we can give the link to the company. What's the company name here? Deloitte. Okay, so let's open Deloitte. this job is for this company. Please tailor again both sections to this company. I'll paste the web page here. You see, it started to regenerate the content with whatever related to Deloitte. Again, you know, we may not really be able to see what's the difference, but definitely there is some keywords here that he used that is related to Deloitte and to the job description and also to my expertise. So that's even better here if I take this piece here and go back and maybe remove this. And then take the other piece. One, we can also ask, please do this in bullet points. It becomes easier for the reader to get it, because it's recommended to have bullet points in the resume. So I'll take maybe this section here for the top one, and then the second section for the bottom one. And as you can see, you can copy easily from ChatGPT. It's better if you use, you know, Notepad or something in the middle, so that it removes any let's say code in the wording of this. So if, for example, if you have a Mac, you can use Notepad like this one. And just throw it here and then copy it back to this section. Okay, is that clear? This point here. Any questions? Anyone? Is that clear, or you guys are not finding this useful so far? Go ahead, Mustafa. You wanna say something? Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to ask if there is also, in case there's an automated way or there's a way to rate my CV or my resume according to a certain job description, for example. If AI can, let's say I've modified my resume, now I just want to make sure if it can pass or not, or if it does meet the requirement, for example. Do you know of any websites or tools that can help with that?
So there is other websites, but again, ChatGPT is much better than all those websites, to be honest. Jobscan.co will give you something like this dashboard, but I don't believe this is the right way, to be honest. You know, sometimes this is deceiving, sometimes it's not really giving you a good indicator about your resume. It will, again, match to the content. It will give you some score. You know, it will ask you to do lots of things, but if you do this through ChatGPT, I guarantee you that, you know, this is almost 95% tailored. You know, again, depending on what you feed the ChatGPT, and you cannot know where is your rate, or where do you stand with the other competition, because again, you have to do this to everybody who apply there for the job, and you cannot do that for sure. So what you need to do is, again, try to make sure that you use all the keywords that is in the job description that would help you stand out, in this process. Does that help with your question? And again, we can ask ChatGPT. I can rate my this resume compared to the keywords in the job description. Let's see here. So for example, this one is a good thing. So experience as a UI developer 570. The resume does not explicitly mention UI development experience. So this is the area maybe that you need to write in your resume so that ChatGPT starts to tailor this again to the job description. So you see its score is partial match. So this will give you almost whatever JobScan is doing, but even it's more powerful than JobScan. You see score partial match, score full match. So this one is really full match here. So it's good. This one is no match. You didn't really put any point regarding this one. So what you may want to do is, first address all the points in the job description, put it in your words, and then, give it to ChatGPT to tailor it to the real, job description and match it to the top. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's helpful. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions on resume specifically? Is that what you're expecting, guys, or is it helpful? I just again want to get some indication because I don't see everybody and I just don't want to keep going without getting confirmation. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's go to negotiate salary with ChatGPT. Okay, so add your negotiation context, go through the 7 steps of Chris Voss. Let's see what are those. Prepare your negotiation way before it happens. So this is when you, for example, you want to get more salary than what they are asking you, and you have some kind of way to why you want this more salary. So let's see what are the 7 steps of Chris Voss. And I think this is something that is related. Let's see here. Let's copy this. Tell me what are the 7 steps of Chris Voss. Mastering your emotions. A former FBI hostage negotiator. Okay, I didn't know that. Outline 7 key steps for effective negotiation. So mastering your emotions, recognize and manage your emotions, active listening, mirroring, labeling, and label the other party's emotions or concern to validate their feelings. Accusation audit, address potential objections or concerns upfront, tactical empathy, assertive communication. So this is a way, if you're, example, if you're negotiating on the phone, like you're now speaking with the HR or a recruiter, and they give you, for example, 10 bags of money and you want 15 bags of money, for example. So how can you convince that HR recruiter that you are worth it for those 15 bags of money, not the 10? So you will need to practice those things. And again, I'm not sure if we can solve this in one session, but you can start asking ChatGPT, how can I master my emotions, for example? How can I master my emotions in salary negotiations? And we'll see. Mastering your emotions in salary negotiation is crucial for maintaining composure making rational decisions. So prepare in advance, research typical salary ranges. So this is very important. When you're asking for a salary increase, you need to know the limits of that company, the market average salary range. You can get this either through ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is a little bit outdated from that aspect because it's stopped on September 2021. So you have to maybe go to other websites. So we can ask ChatGPT, what are the websites that can show me salary range for software developer, for example. And again, you can ask for any job. You know, I'm just taking software developer as an example. So for example, Glassdoor, salary.com, pay scale, Indeed salary search, LinkedIn salary, Stack Overflow, and others. So Bureau of Labor Statistics, again, depending on the country as well, you know, those may work for the US more than Canada. So you may want to, again, ask more specific questions. So can you provide salary websites for Canada, for example? Okay, so Glassdoor Canada, PayScale Canada, Indeed Canada, Robert Half, Salary Search, Workopulous Salary Tool, LinkedIn Salary Canada. So again, you know, the more prompt you add to the question, the more precise information you get. You know, if you ask ChatGPT general questions, most probably it will come back with general answers, and that may not be helpful for you. So you may definitely want to think ahead and provide more information to ChatGPT so that it tailors to your case. For example, if I am coming from Saudi Arabia, you know, my previous work was in Saudi Arabia, and I'm now shifting to Canada. So if I tell ChatGPT my experience before was in Saudi Arabia, and I'm shifting to Canada. And don't worry about the spelling mistakes because ChatGPT is very smart and they can resolve those. So as you can see here, research, again, I definitely didn't give a good question here, but I can add this to the previous question that I already asked ChatGPT. So that's one thing that, you know, when you provide more information about yourself, it's gonna help ChatGPT tailor even better for you. So if, for example, if you have a master resume with everything that you've done in your whole career, then that could help ChatGPT understand how to help you tailor your resume again. So coming back to the post about the negotiation. So I think, you know, again, this will need more practice from you, how to prepare the negotiation. And then, you know, first of all, know what salary range this company will be offering you, know what the market is offering, and know why you want to get an extra payment or maybe more payment than what they're offering, you know, and start to put your tactics using ChatGPT so that when you speak with the hiring manager or the recruiter, you have a real solid reasons why you need those increase. Because as you know, in most cases, when you start a job with a specific salary, you stick with that salary for at least 1 or 2 years, at least, until you move maybe to another position, or something happened to this company that they really go crazy and they give you more money. But that's not the case most of the time. So you have to negotiate well this first salary, because you will stick with it for some time. And if this salary is not good, then unfortunately you will have to live with it for some time. Now, any questions for this point before I move to the next one? Okay, write a cover letter with ChatGPT. So again, what we'll do, we'll maybe copy the whole job description here, and then ask ChatGPT to stop here. Write cover letter that is related to the company Deloitte and the job description above, and use 200 words or less for this. Okay, so it will start, dear hiring manager, I'm writing to express my interest in the position above, position as at Deloitte as advertised in your website. With over a decade of experience as a principal software engineer and technical program manager, I'm excited about the opportunity. My extensive background in full stack and technical program management. So you see, it started to take areas from the resume that is related to this job and started to put it into a very precise cover letter for you. So you don't need to write cover letters anymore. You just use this to do it. And you know, I think we can reward. We can just ask it to reduce reward to 150 words or less. I'm trying now to reduce the fluff in this. So again, asking it to reduce, because you know, cover letter should not be that lengthy and should not, you know, be another resume. It should be very precise and to the point. So any questions on this cover letter? Yeah. And again, the more prompts you use, you know, act as a career coach and help me tailor my cover letter would also be a good prompt here. So when you are asking ChatGPT, try to, you know, see who is the best person to help you with this task. You know, if for example, if you wanna you know, get some medical assistance, you know, again, ChatGPT has some limitations, definitely on medical assistance, but you know, act as a doctor, maybe pediatric, for example, and tell me, you know, or a dental. Tarek is here. He will maybe not be happy about this, but you know, ask ChatGPT to act as a dentist and tell me, you know, I'm having, you know, some pain in my left, you know, tooth here, and I want to get some kind of, you know, way to relieve it, and we'll see what ChatGPT will do. So the more prompts you use with ChatGPT and more tailored questions, the more precise answers you will get. Okay, simulate job interview with ChatGPT, and this is very, very important. You know, so what you will do again, we'll go here, copy the job description, and go to ChatGPT, paste it, and then here act as a hiring manager with Deloitte, and tell me the top 20 interview questions and the process of interviewing that is applied with Deloitte to help me prepare to pass the interview. Okay. Okay, can you talk through your experience of UI developer, particularly highlighting projects involving React, JS, Angular? So those are the questions that most probably you will be asked, again, based on this job description in the interview. So what you need to do is copy those questions and go back to this document here. Say here. Just change the font. Okay. Let me use the notepad first. And maybe make those in numbers. Interview process. By the way, we have to stop in 20 minutes because I have another call, but it's also job search call. So if you want to join that job search call, you're welcome to. So this is the process of interview at Deloitte. Initial screening, HR may conduct a preliminary phone or video interview. Technical assessment, you may be asked to complete a technical or coding challenge. Technical interview. So again, this is something that you need to know to prepare for this specific job. If you don't know the process, most probably you will not be able to pass the interview because they will only hire the best people. So the people who do the homework are the ones who have the more chance to land this job. So if you don't know the process, you have to ask ChatGPT about the process and prepare yourself for the process. And you can ask more questions. What is the technical assessment that Deloitte do? How can I prepare for it? What should I do to do the technical interview? You can keep asking those questions until you get an answer. So what I do here, can you walk us, for example, you take those questions and you open a website called Author.ai. I cannot open it here because it's blocked, but Author.ai is speech to text, speech to text. So you speak and it writes, and you start asking this question and give the answer. And when you give the answer, you copy paste this answer back and put it to ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT, mock for me my answer. Mock for me my answers to those interview questions. Act as a hiring manager. And again, I didn't provide any answers, but but for example, certainly in my current role at National Instruments, I have been responsible for leading the development of several large-scale enterprise. So it may give you some generic answers a little bit that you may want to read and maybe tailor to this job based again on your experience. So you can do either start typing it first and then speaking about it. But I don't want you to memorize, because if you try to memorize, most probably you will not be able to look good in the interview. So I want you to feel natural. You need to give this a shot that you can tell what you remember, and don't try to memorize. Memorizing can be a little bit difficult, but at least try to remember the bullet points of how to stand out in front of other candidates. This is your chance to impress without overselling. So is that clear so far? How to prepare for interview? And you can also have one-on-one conversation with a job interviewer. Make this as conversation as possible. Matthew, go ahead.
May you please repeat the website that you use for the Audible AI or the text to speech, speech to text? Oh, all right. Thank you.
AI. Okay, no worries. Okay. So plugins, I'm not using ChatGPT 4. Otherwise, if I'm using ChatGPT 4, we'll get the plugin. So that's something that is paid, and I prefer not to use anything paid yet. I don't need it. But if you pay for ChatGPT 4, there is some plugins, and those plugins act as your app store. You make them installed on your ChatGPT, and when you mark them that please use them, it will start giving you the information based on those apps. So again, it's up to you if you want to use ChatGPT 4 to help you with this, and pay, I think, $25 or $20 a month for that, or not. So Joe Pilot is one of those plugins to help you find new jobs. If you want to do that, then go ahead for it. So Redzi is another website that do the same thing for resume, resume, and there is again tons of websites that will write for you the resume or the cover letter. It's all based on ChatGPT. It's all based on what I just mentioned to you. But if you do those steps, you don't need to pay any website here. So I don't recommend using any paid website to do your resume. It's better if you do it yourself through ChatGPT, but try again to read it multiple times before you send it. Okay. Okay, that's it for this post specifically. I'm gonna now pause and maybe ask you to ask me more questions. ChatGPT is a great tool. If you're not using it regularly, you're behind, unfortunately. So try to use it as much as possible to help you with your journey. Again, any questions, if you're doing a new business, if you're creating, your own, let's say basement project, it will help you. It has tons of information, lots of great insights, and it can help you a lot. You can also ask ChatGPT to act as a financial advisor. For example, if you have some money in the bank and you don't know what to do with it, you can ask ChatGPT to help you with how to invest those money and maybe generate revenue for yourself. Any questions? Yeah, Tarek, please go ahead.
Thank you, Ahmed, very much for this. I have actually two questions.
Yes.
So if everyone is using ChatGPT, or most of the people are going to use the ChatGPT to do their resume, aren't there like an anti way from the companies to know if this resume is authentic or not? This is the first question.
Okay.
The second question is, from my background as a dentist, can I use my skills from being a dentist to hunt a job which is not related to my field? Thank
100%,
you.
100%, yes. So good question. So if everybody's using ChatGPT, how can they differentiate between authentic and non-authentic? To be honest, do they care, if it's authentic or not authentic? I don't think they care. So every company, when they are hiring, they have a problem. And the problem is solved by a person who will spend hours to solve that problem. They need to get the best person with the best experience in this role to avoid, the ramp up period. When a new hire join a company, it takes at least 3 to 6 months to be productive. So the more experienced that person is, the less this productivity period is needed. So the more you are ready to do the job well from day one, then definitely you will reduce that period of time. So to answer your question, it doesn't matter if it's authentic or not authentic, as long as it shows that you have the experience, and when they screen you, you're able to provide, a good feedback about, showing that you really have that experience that you shared in the resume. If you don't share this in the screening interview, then they will understand that you just copy and paste those, and you don't really know what's happening here.
Okay.
So your question about, how can I find a job that is related to, or can use some of the transferable skills from dentist or dental to another job. So let's see here. Help me as a career coach to find jobs that is transferable from a dental field in Canada, and I don't have the certificate to practice dental in Canada. So again, you need to give a little bit more information to get a better answer. So transitioning from a dental field to a different career, healthcare administration management, you can be an expertise on that, customer service, client relations, sales, marketing, education, training. You can be an educator or trainer for healthcare, maybe hygienist or some others. Again, we may ask more questions: healthcare, technology, software, research, clinical trials, entrepreneurship, consulting. So, for example, if you like one of those, you can ask ChatGPT, tell me more. How can I transition from dental to this job, for example? So let's assume you want to get more information about this one. So let's copy this. Help me understand how to transition from dental to in Canada. So you will need to assess your transferable skills. Start by identifying the skills you've developed in the dental career that are applicable to the healthcare administration. Research the healthcare industry, familiarize yourself with the healthcare system. And again, you can keep asking questions, ask ChatGPT, familiarize me to the healthcare system in Canada, for example, and it will start writing for you some points about what exactly you need to know about the healthcare in Canada. Identify education or training opportunities. You can ask also, tell me more about what those education and training opportunities that I need to maybe work on. Gain experience. Seek opportunities to gain hands-on expertise in healthcare administration management. This could include internships, volunteer work, or part-time roles in healthcare. For example, in Quebec, Montreal, for example, you can be a dental assistant, and you can start the job. It's unfortunately, I think it's still minimum wage, but you'll still be in your career. So that's something that could help you. And again, once you ask more questions and be more specific about what you need and what's your problem, then ChatGPT will give you more customized answers for your case. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ahmed.
No problem. How to link ChatGPT to my LinkedIn? So I think there's a plugin, Shaima, that I don't really use, but you can search here. Is there a plugin to link ChatGPT to my LinkedIn account? And my last update, there isn't specific plugin or integration to directly ChatGPT. You can still use ChatGPT to generate content. So there is no way to do that right now. So I don't think there is a plugin yet, but you can, if you want, for example, to optimize your profile in LinkedIn, you can just go, let's see here, my profile, for example, and then come here. Let's take the about section. Okay. I'll go to ChatGPT. Help me optimize my about section to show that I'm a thought leader in IT program management and stand out for recruiters looking for technical program manager roles. I'll paste my LinkedIn. As a thought leader in IT program management, I'm dedicated to driving impactful transformations and blah, blah, blah. So as you can see, it started to rewrite this to this position that I'm looking for. And I can ask to regenerate to get better answer. And then I can also ask to reward to 100 words or less to get less verbiage here. So you can see here this is more tuned to my needs, and also less number of words, because some people don't like the about section to be more than 100 words. Again, there is no real rule of the size, as long as you can make it impactful to show your skills.
Hello, good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning, man. If you don't mind, can you mute? We were just doing a session about ChatGPT, and we'll start the
Sure.
other session in 5 minutes. Okay, any other questions? Okay, I'll stop the recording and be ready for the next session.